Page 4. Page 4.
Is that the flower from Tibet?
Yes.
Yes.
The rose, the eternal rose.
These are the rituals that they have to follow. They have to bring all these things. No, I didn't ask them. I'm more particular with this, but even this they brought. Everywhere, it traveled to many places. The same flower. Okay, page 4. Setting proper motivation. Visualize Buddha Shakyamuni, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Oh, the scorpion?
No, it's just a beetle.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. And they visualize Lord Buddhas and Bodhisattvas as so loving, caring, embracing. And your parents, your children, all of family members, all their mothers and makes living on the side. Whereby you are like the mother and all others are like children. And the purpose is to awaken a Buddha nature within us by removing the mental dirt so that the Buddha nature becomes a full-fledged Buddha. To be where you are free from all the miseries, the pains of tears, the painful tears, and your happiness expands to infinity. And you share this wisdom with all the Dhamma beings. With this mind, imagine that you are leading this practice and all beings are joining us. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. I go for refuge and am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha. By my accumulations of practice of giving and so forth, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. Sanye jodo zoge jonam la chanjo bado dani gyabso che dage jinso kebe sonam ge chola benjere sanye jubarai sho Sanye jodo zoge jonam la chanjo bado dani gyabso che Dage jinso kebe sonam ge chola penjere sanje drupara isho. Page 6. Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham tathagato yavatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhavam hetum tesham dathagato yavatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha Om ye dharma hetu prabhava hetu desham tathagato yavatat Desham chayo nirodha evam bhati mahashramanaye svaha. All phenomena arise from causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation of causes as well is taught by the great seer. Okay, continuing from where we left yesterday, we were doing the teaching of 4 seals. And before we continue with this, let me just share this thought with you, and you also think about it seriously. Okay, sometimes, how many of you had that experience where sometimes you feel that you feel that everything, not just, your mind feels gloomy, but everything, wherever you look at, everything looks so gloomy, no hope. So the weather very gloomy, and even the house so quiet, and then the fan also, and the leaves, they are so silent. Everything's so slow, gloomy. How many of you had that experience? Reason once in a while. And then you think of yourself, you also look gloomy. You remember that? And suddenly, let's say, okay, let's say that what is that? Simran. Suddenly, Simran's beautiful handwritings come, right? Everybody just, who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who's writing? Is it printed or what? On a whiteboard, ordinary simple whiteboard, it cannot be printed. How many have seen that? Raise hands. How many seen that printed letter on the ordinary whiteboard? How many seen that? Behind? You have seen that? It's not printed. It's a handwriting. So you see that, and then the people, they come, there's so much glow on everybody's face. Wow, no, the world is not gloomy, right? World is not gloomy. So I saw everything is gloomy, but look at this beautiful handwriting. It's amazing calligraphy. It's beautiful. And then the people around who appreciate this, there's a glow there. No, something's wrong with me. Okay, tell me what's wrong. You found everything, you saw everything so gloomy. Suddenly this beautiful handwriting calligraphy came, and everybody, there's a glow there. So you said, no, my thing's very different. Look at them, there's a glow there, it's not gloomy. So before this beautiful handwriting came out, you felt everything so gloomy. The door is gloomy, house is gloomy, the trees are gloomy, the weather is gloomy, yourself gloomy. Right? So where did you see yourself going wrong? Where? What is wrong with you at that point? Something's wrong. Tell me, Justin, what do you think? What do you think? You thought that everything's gloomy, and suddenly this beautiful calligraphy came, and although your mind did not really light up, but the people around, they're so happy, to see this. Wow, it's so beautiful, amazing. Which means that suddenly you see that, okay, it's me and not everything. But earlier you thought everything is gloomy. What went wrong? Tell me. Anyone? What do you think? There's no right, wrong answer. Anyone? What made you feel that gloominess? Anyone? Just pick your mind. What do you think? Yes.
Living in the past.
Living in the past. Okay, so let us explore it in from various angle. One, what triggered this gloominess? Other one is, where is this gloominess felt? And what do you see when you go through this process? What do you see? Three things. What triggered, where the gloominess is felt, and, okay, let's put it the other way. What's the trigger? And then what do you see of the world? And then the gloominess includes what? And then where was the gloominess happening? Three. Okay, first, the trigger, living in the past, or sometimes we don't really have to think of the past. Do you agree? You don't really have to think of the past. Just you wake up and everything's so gloomy. Okay. Then the next is, what are the things that you see as gloomy? Everything. You agree? Jack, sometimes? Everything looks gloomy. Everything, literally everything. Okay, and where is that happening? Particularly when you see that the beautiful calligraphy came and people are so happy, it's not gloomy, it's so nice. And then you feel, okay, now I need to think. I thought the world is gloomy, But now it's not true. Just the calligraphy came and everybody enjoyed. So there's a glow there. It's very different from how I see the world before. So where was this gloominess happening? Is it outside or inside? Inside. So this is clearly, how do you know that? If this beautiful calligraphy didn't come, then you will not know that it's happening inside, it's outside. But the moment the calligrapher come and the joy of the Carl came out, who said that I'm a student, I'm still learning English, right? Who said that? So I'm still learning the beautiful calligraphy. So when there's a joy in the Carl's face, you see that his face and my thing is very different. My thing, if it's gloomy, there's a glow there, it's very different. So from there you discover that the gloominess is not outside, it's inside. You're getting it? This is so important. So what happened about that at the time of the Buddha? There was one gentleman who was going to commit suicide to jump in the water. And the Buddha sensed that. Buddha got hold of him and said that, hey, what are you doing? And he said, no, there's no point in living in the world. I will end my life. And the Buddha said, no, look at the world around. Everything's so beautiful. He said, no, everything's so gloomy. And the Buddha gave sanity to this man. And this man suddenly, while the Buddha was talking, he could feel the love and affection. Love and affection. Feeling this, he felt usually this gloominess is partly because of craving for affection. And then when that affection is missing, then you start to see things gloomy. So this person started to feel the Buddha's wisdom, because Buddha's talking, also very sensible. And meanwhile, he could feel the Buddha's love and affection. So then the sanity came to this person. And the person looked around, and the Buddha pointed, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. And they said, look at these. He said, I never saw this before. So this man who said everything's gloomy said, I never saw this beautiful, it's so beautiful. So look, just the change that happens in you, the world is seen to be changed for you. So therefore, it's so important for us. It's not easy to bring about such a transformation, but this is so important to recognize this, acknowledge this, and then work towards this. You will see this beautiful, it's amazing. And you can bring magic in you, and you can help so many people who are otherwise going through difficulties. We're all same. We all have the beautiful Buddha nature. See the perfection within each one of us. It's a fact. It's a fact. There's no reason why anybody should suffer. There's no reason. We all have this potential. The only thing is that we don't know the existence of this potential. So for that matter, we need to tackle this matter from multiple sides. So the four seals. This is a very important way by which to recognize the reality on that basis that you will not be affected by external factors. So this is the practice of the four seals, how beneficial that is. Okay, so with this in mind, we need to identify what these four seals are, and I'm sure that each one of you have the four seals on your fingertips. Okay, anyone? Okay, how many of you have these on your fingertips? The four seals on your fingertips. But don't begin by saying all compounding is impermanent. Jack and Shubham. Right? Okay, done. Yes, I'm on my fingertips. I have. And what are they? All compounding things are impermanent. Don't begin with this. Okay. No, all contaminated things are all compounding things are impermanent is fine. All contaminated things are impermanent. Okay, but it's not wrong, it's right, but it's very partial, right? Not only contaminated, even uncontaminated things can be also impermanent. Okay, so with this in mind, anyone, how many of you have these four lines on your fingertips? Raise hands. Jack? Oh, yes. Okay, the girl here, your name?
Yes.
Your name?
Lohan.
Lohan.
Yes.
Okay, Lohan, you have on your fingertips? Good. And Hiroshi? Hiroshan. Hiroshan or Hiroshan? Hiroshan. Okay. Hiroshan on fingertips? Yes. And the gentleman here, your name? Tim. Tim. Easy to remember. Okay, Tim, tell me. You have on your fingertips? Good. And the girl there? Or you have on your fingertips? Only 3, not 4. Which?
I forgot the third line.
Okay, what is the third one that you forgot?
I forgot. I can
Tell me, what is that? So I can teach you.
The third line I forgot.
You forgot? Okay. And the gentleman over there? What is the third one?
Everything has the nature of emptiness and selflessness.
Wow, wonderful.
It's paraphrasing.
Okay, and so now you have 4, and the girl here also have 4 now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay, the Ashwin? Yes, of course. Omar, yes, since long time ago. Aditi? Good. Simran? Hey! She's busy into how to design the calligraphy, next calligraphy. Yesterday's and today's is very different. You notice that? Yes? A deliberate? Yesterday's calligraphy and today's calligraphy, these two are very different. Deliberate. It's beautiful, it's amazing.
So tomorrow 4 seals will be
Yes. Okay, tomorrow the 4 seals. You're getting it with the beautiful calligraphy. Okay, good. Matri, you have 4. Which one is missing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh?
The third one.
Third one. Okay. And over there, you have. Good. Yes, of course. Long time ago. Since long time ago. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now I can see everybody has. Okay, so these are 4 things that we need to remember, and if possible, but I was usually when I meet with in my office, I meet a lot of people. When I meet with people, when I sense that some are prone to say the anxiety, or for small things can easily feel panicky. So for them, this is very painful. And these are not necessarily because change your thinking. It's not easy. It's an imprint from our past lives. So if this is who you are, where small things matter, it's a big deal for you, small things, and then make you freak. What I would suggest is that there's also dependent origination, dependent on the earlier causes. So we need to change the causes, and this outcome will be changed. That easily feeling so panicky and freaking out so easily. So these things can be changed. So how to change? So particularly when I see some, for example, even do, let's say that, okay, let's say, oh, somebody knocked at my door and it's very scary. Yes, of course. Of course, it's not that easy. But they say by being scary, it doesn't help. But it happens. How to undo that? If you're not scared, your thinking, your cognitive thinking will be more stable. And you can think more wisely. You can take a wiser decision, how to tackle this situation. Whereas if you freak, then the thinking ability is diminished. The power to think wisely is diminished. So therefore, the thing is, the under such situation, if the situation is worse, what will that person do? Say, just hearing somebody knocking the door, you start to freak. Then if somebody in your family very close to you passes away, how will this person tackle it? It's very, 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 very scary. So the person may become insane. You getting it? So how to manage these things? When I sense these things, I tell people to think about the 4 seals on a daily basis. On a daily basis, so that gradually your mindset will be what is prone to anxiety will be undone. Your true nature is so pure, so powerful, so brave, so courageous. So the thing is that we need to go back to this true nature. How? But the, what do you call it? The provision, what is that? The provisional nature or adventitious nature. Adventitious nature, which is not the true nature, they can be undone. How to undo these things? By recognizing the truth, the reality of these four seals. So if you contemplate on these four seals on a daily basis, you will not feel the effect right away, but gradually you will start to feel the effect. That otherwise, one situation, particular trigger, can easily trigger fear, anxiety in you. You see that you are more calm, you are not affected as much. You can feel that. So from there, you will see the benefit of this. And this imprint you will carry not only this life, but the next life as well. That as a little boy or a little girl, you can become extremely courageous, very sensible, very sound, stable person, not easily being affected by external factors to trigger anxiety and so forth. Okay, so the first seal is all composite things impermanent. Oh, by the way, how many you discussed on what is composite, non-composite, what is permanent, impermanent? Did you discuss that? Group A? Group B? Discuss. Yes, groups. Okay, you have questions. Good. Group C discussed. Very good. Okay, so Jack, if you have a question, let me say it's almost 9:30, and the 10:30. Let's say 10:15. 10:15. Raise your hand. Then we will do the question answers. Okay. First, all composite things are impermanent. What is a composite thing? So given that you have already discussed on this, now if I explain this, it will become easier for us. Composite things are those things which are composed of material parts, or temporal parts. Let me repeat it. The composite things are things which are composed of material parts, or otherwise, the composite things are things which are made of directional parts, and or temporal parts. Okay, what is meant by directional parts? What is meant by temporal parts? Let me explain. Let me put it straight. Composite phenomena or composite things are those things which are composed of directional parts and or temporal parts. First, directional parts means parts in space, east, west, north, south. For example, let's say that this book, let's say, where's east, this side?
Yeah, east is this side. Because the sun sets on that side.
The sun sets on this side.
I'm checking the sunlight. I'm not believing in Venerable. I'm checking the sunlight, how direction of the sunlight. So the sun is very rich here. So this direction should be the east. Around this time. That's east, middle way. Okay. So east, that's it. So direction in space, that is east. Okay. So this book, let's say this is east. This side east, it has this side, west, then the north and south, and top, down. So we see that it has 6 sides. So this has 6 sides, 6 parts in space. These parts are known as directional parts in space. Next is temporal parts. What does it mean by temporal parts? Temporal meaning time, parts in time. What do you mean by parts in time? Even the time has the parts. For example, let's say, I am happy today to see Jack chilling out, right? I'm very happy to see Jack chilling out. Okay, so there, when I say I'm happy, my mind is happy. My mind is happy. Look how happy I am. So my mind is happy. So this is my mind. I'm happy for whole one day, because the whole day you do like this. Whole day I'm happy. Whole day is what? 24 hours. 24 hours my mind is happy. So first hour mind, second hour mind, third hour mind, fourth hour mind. So these parts are temporal parts in time. Because one day is a time, one day is made of 24 hours. And first hour is also time, second hour is a time. These are the parts. And the first hour time also has 60 minutes. 60 minutes. And again, each minute is also time. So these parts are known as temporal parts. So now what we really have, for example, say you, I, each one of us, what do we have as a human being? We have a body and we have a mind, that's it. And the body makes you male, female, whatever, male, non-male, female, non-female, whatever, that is decided by your body. And your mind decides whether you're happy, unhappy, intelligent, not intelligent, and to what extent your Buddha nature is awakened. It's all decided by your mind. So besides these two, we don't have anything, empirically speaking. Okay, I'm not touching any religious sentiments or religious on the topics. It's about the empirical reality. Empirical reality meaning a reality which you and I can experience. That's the empirical reality. So on the empirical reality, what we have is just the body and the mind. And the body decides whether you are young, old, and so forth. And your mind decides whether you are compassionate or non-compassionate, intelligent or intelligent, and so forth. And how much you have the purification, how much your seed of the seed of the treasure inside, the seed of the happiness is awakened. It's all decided by your mind. And your body has which parts? Temporal parts or the directional parts? Your body has directional parts and temporal parts, both. Very good. And the mind has only temporal parts. It does not have directional parts. You're getting it? So anything which is composed, which is made of these two building blocks, any of these two building blocks or both, is known as a composite phenomena. So the Buddha taught, whatever is a composite phenomena should necessarily be impermanent. Okay, so impermanence. And having said this, we also need to know that what's the opposite of composite? Non-composite, which means that there should be non-composite. Okay, is there anybody who would like to give an example of what is a non-composite phenomena? Non-composite phenomena. Anyone? Huh? Say?
Something which doesn't have forces that.
For example, like what? Like space. Okay. With space, the space that I see here, it is all the space. Okay. This space. So let us not decide. I will not comment on this yet. So one example given is the space. It's a non-composite. Anyone else? Yes.
Karma, potential.
Potential. Okay. Potential of what? Your mind. Potential of Mahini. What is your name? Himani. Not Mahini. Okay. Okay, yes. Potential Himani to become?
Buddha nature, not.
Okay, the potential inside. And your potential to be awakened. Buddha nature. Okay. That is what? That is non-composite. Okay. Both of them brought up very complicated issues. Okay. Anyone else? What examples do you have for non-composite phenomena? Anyone? Okay, main non-composite phenomena.
Is there any concepts like in general?
Concepts in general like?
House.
House. House is impermanent.
The concept of house.
Concept of house. What do you mean by concept of house?
General ideas about house.
Ideas about the house. Okay. Concept of house. Concept of house, not house. Okay. Concept of impermanence, not impermanence. Concept of emptiness, not emptiness. Concept of phenomenon is not phenomena. Which means concept of phenomenon does not exist.
Concept of phenomenon is concept and phenomenon is
Concept of existence is existence or not? It doesn't exist. Concept of existence, does it exist or not? It exists, so that it is existence. Concept of existence is existent. Okay, look, why I'm pressuring this girl is because I know that she's smart. Okay, smart girl, you can push further to see how much they can go. Okay, good. Okay, concepts. Very good, concepts. Anyone else?
Awareness.
Awareness, okay. What does awareness tell me?
Like it's there. Like I know it's there.
No, which, that is awareness, or which your head is awareness, or which is awareness? You're saying I'm aware, right? Which the table is awareness, or your head is awareness? What is awareness?
Like I just know it exists. Like
No, what is that?
knowing.
Your hand, you using your hand. Is that hand the awareness?
Knowing.
No. Your mouth is moving. Is that the awareness? Then which one is awareness? Knowing.
Yeah, knowing in my mind.
Knowing. Knowing, act of knowing, or the agent which knows?
Act of knowing or the
Act of knowing, or the agent which knows?
act of knowing.
Yes, of course.
That would be non-composition.
Okay, the act of knowing is the non-composite phenomena. Okay, this again, Shubham brought up a very complicated thing. Thank you. So we need complicated things. But we start from simple and go to more and more complicated. Yes.
Absence of the elephant.
Absence of?
Elephant in the room.
Absence of elephant in the room is non-composite. Can you explain this? This is I would say this is an easy way to explain, easy way to understand. From there we grow to the knowing, space, the Buddha nature, and the concept. First we start from here. Absence of elephant in this house. From there we grow. Yes. How to explain this? How is it non-composite?
Because it's permanent. It's permanent.
How is it permanent?
Because it doesn't.
So the moment the elephant brought in, it disappears. So therefore it's not permanent.
That doesn't. But the absence is still permanent. The elephant comes and goes, but the absence of.
This is what I'm saying. The moment the elephant comes in, absence of the elephant disappears.
No.
Of course. So, okay, the table. Table, is it the absence of flower? No, the moment the flower comes in, absence of flower disappears.
Yes.
So absence of flower is impermanent?
No. But
It disappears.
It's still permanent.
How?
The absence is the permanent.
How? Explain. How? Don't just say, I learned it. How? You have to explain it. Over there.
Absence as such, not of any determinate thing.
Absence as such, how is it permanent? Tell me.
Because the absence of an elephant and absence in itself are not the same, are two different things. So the absence of the vase on the table is different from absence itself. So by bringing the vase onto the table, the absence of the vase can be removed.
Yes.
But the absence as such, which is the precondition, is still there.
Absence. Okay, let's say the impermanent phenomena. Is it impermanent or permanent? Because the specific impermanent phenomena can disappear, but the impermanent in general will always remain. This is what you're saying. So impermanence is permanent. Even flower is also permanent. Specific flower can disappear, but the flower will remain. Okay. Anyone else? Chelsea.
So the absence of elephant in the room is a permanent phenomenon.
How?
It's non-composite.
It's a non-composite. Absence of elephant in the house is non-composite. How?
It's not made up of parts. It is
How? How?
because it's just a generic image and it doesn't exist in time.
How?
It exists in space.
Because the moment the elephant comes, absence of the elephant disappears. Again, at 7 to 12 o'clock, you push the elephant out, absence of the elephant again comes back at 12.
So if the elephant comes in the room, it's true that
Absence of the elephant disappears.
yes, but it comes to an end.
Then end. Again, you remove the elephant. Again, the absence come back.
Geshe, the elephant would not exist. Right? In emptiness, the elephant does not exist because we'll break it up into pieces. So elephant is just a label, right?
Shubham is non-existent.
Conventionally, yes, but like, it does not exist.
Shubham exists or not?
Conventionally, yes.
Buddha exists or not? Law of karma exists or not? Law of karma exists or not? Huh?
In what part would it exist?
Okay. So do you go to buy bread in the shops? The shopkeeper gives you bread. Is this conventional bread or ultimate bread? Is this your question? No, is this how you question the bread? I want a conventional bread.
I just take the bread and
That's it. You're getting it? You want to know the conventional bread or ultimate bread. You're getting it? Okay. So what is the, okay, Ashwin, not Ashwini, Ashwin.
Geshe, I think to add to what Chelsea said, the absence does not have any directional or temporal parts because you cannot perceive any directional or temporal parts in the absence.
Okay.
So therefore, it's a non-composite phenomenon.
Okay. If it's non-composite, why should that be permanent?
Because all non-composite things are.
Why? Buddha said it. Buddha taught this is wisdom, but we have to evaluate this.
Because only if it has parts, composite parts, can it be subject to causes and conditions, making it impermanent. But if it does not have parts, it cannot be subject to causes and conditions. So,
Okay, are you sure that it doesn't have parts?
absence
Uh,
of entity.
yeah. Are you sure? Shall I show you something? In this book, it said both composite and non-composite phenomena, they are made of parts. I'll show you that. You may not believe in me. Okay. Where is it? If somebody can go to page 221, page 221, 221 and 222, just see where it said that composite and non-composite both are parts. Page 222, it says, through this understanding, one refutes true existence with respect to non-functional objects as well, non-functional meaning non-composite phenomena as well, using similar reasoning. How? Even in the case of non-composite space, we have to accept that there are some forms where it pervades and not others. Within that, some pervade the east and others pervade other directions. In the same light, the ultimate reality also has many pervading parts. Yes, Ashwin? Everything has parts. The part is not that everything has directional parts or temporal parts. It's not necessary. Parts may not necessarily be directional or temporal. So what I said is that what is composite phenomena? I didn't say composite phenomena, those phenomena which are composed of parts. I didn't say this. What I said, composite phenomena, those phenomena which are composed of directional parts or temporal parts. I said it. You're getting it? These are the nuances. Okay, so let's go back to the main point. Composite, non-composite, permanent, impermanent. Let's make it very, because we don't have much time, let me quickly explain this. Okay, don't think that you are philosophers. Imagine you are just an ordinary person in the street. And I ask you, what is in my left hand? Flower. What is my right hand?
Absence of face.
Hiroshan. Huh? Nothing. Okay, so this is what you expected, the answer that you expected to give as an ordinary person. In my left hand there's a flower, in my right hand there's nothing there. Okay, now let me ask Hiroshan, nothing is my right hand. Is there flower? No flower. Absence of flower? Yes, so something is there. Absence of flower is there. Okay, look, Hiroshan is extremely what is the English word? Sincere, very sincere, very sincere. So therefore, he got stuck. That's true. Absence of flower is there, right? Originally I said nothing is there. Now I have to say absence of flower is there. Something is there. Okay, now look. There's a transition happening. First, when Hiroshan said nothing is there, he's responding according to somebody who's not exposed to any philosophy or any logic. Ordinary people, how they respond. Now, when I ask more questions, his intellectual thinking is growing. Intellectual thinking is growing, and now he's entering from the ordinary person to the intellect. He's transitioning to that level. So now we are going to these questions are never asked in ordinary life. Say, essence of in your hand, empty hand. So do you see anything there in my hand? People think you're crazy. You're getting it? So whereas the philosophers will ask you, logicians will ask you, absence of flowers there, and then Hiroshan cannot say yes, no. So which means that transitioning is happening. Okay, so there, yes, it's undeniable fact that there's the absence of flower is there. So now, if you say that there's nothing in my hand, it contradicts it is being inconsistent with logic. Logically, it is inconsistent. And if you say, yes, there is something, absence of flowers there in my hand, or something is there, it goes against the ordinary people's convention. You're getting it? If you say something is there, it goes against ordinary people's convention. If you say nothing is there, it is logically inconsistent. Because logically you can prove that something is there, absence of flowers is there. So why the ordinary people, in the parlance of the ordinary people, that nothing is there means there's no substance there. You're getting it? For ordinary people to say something is there, there should be some substance. There's no substance. Substance meaning substance which is made of material parts or temporal parts. Something should be there. So when that is missing, this is what ordinary people call as nothing's there. So because the absence of flower falls under this category, which ordinary people says as nothing's there, which means it is empty of substance. It is empty of directional and temporal parts. Because it does not have substance, there's no substance to undergo change. You're getting it? Because there's no substance there, there's no substance to undergo change. Change means there should be some substance there undergoing change. So there's no substance undergoing change. It exists, but it does not undergo change. It is non-changing. What is unchanging is known as permanent. You're getting it? This is how non-composite things are permanent. Okay, that we need to explore more, study more, contemplate more, think more. This will be a very helpful concept. Okay. Yes, over there.
Geshe, when you say there's bottle in my hand and nothing in the other, but in this space there is still gases,
air molecules,
space,
yeah, but ordinary people will say nothing is there. Yes, no? If you never ask this, where are you from?
Pune.
From Pune. So the first thing that you do is go to Pune and don't go to university, go to the ordinary shop and ask, do you see anything in my hand? Right? They will say, the first response will be nothing. And if you insist there's something there, right, they'll say you're crazy. You're getting it? So therefore the point is there's nothing there. So the gas and so forth, this is not what they are talking about. You're getting it? Then you ask them, absence of flowers there? Flowers there? They will say no. Because no, absence of flowers there? They will say yes. You're getting it? So absence of flower is not the gas. You're getting it? Absence of flower, there's no substance there. Because absence of flower is there, but ordinary people say there's nothing there. It means absence of flower does not have substance. Yes, Jack.
What is the difference between nothing and absence?
Okay, nothing and absence. Same. Nothing, essence, nil, all mean same. So?
There's no difference because, well, there has to be a difference, right? Because you're saying that on one hand there's nothing.
Absence of flower and nothingness of flower.
It's the same.
Non-existence of flower. Non-existence of flower, absence of flower, nothingness of flower, nil. What is the English word? Nil of the flower. Same. Yes.
Absence is a word which presupposes presence. When we say absence of, let's say absence, and then somebody will ask absence of what?
Yes.
But when it's nothing, when I say there is nothing, then we're like, okay, nothing. So how are the two the same?
Of course, same. What's the problem? Absence means something existent. Is what you're saying? No, that's not true. Let's say absence of what's your name?
Shabdashva.
Dodo.
Dodo. What's your real name?
Shabdashva.
Shabdashwa. Wa or war?
Wa.
Shabdashwa. Okay. Don't give up. Don't go for the easier all the time. Dodo. Right? Struggle. Fight. Shabdashwa. Don't go for the easy one all the time. Easy will never take to Buddhahood. It'll take to samsara. Shabdashwa. Okay. Shabdashwa, let's say that the absence of the flower being Buddha. True or not true? Hey, Shabdashwa. So the flower being Buddha exists? Not necessary. You're getting it? So the simple absence doesn't mean that they should be the opposite should be existent. Not true. Okay. So the Jack. Okay, Jack is still contemplating.
I'm still confused.
Yeah, I can see that.
And absence,
Okay, so don't worry too much. For time being, let's work on absence. And gradually then work on absence, non-existence, nothingness. You work on that. Okay, good. Okay, now all yes, Chelsea.
Geshe, I have a question. What is the benefit of being able to correctly identify subject and object?
Okay, your voice is too soft. These fans, they override your voice.
The question is, what is the benefit of being able to correctly identify permanent phenomena?
Okay, what is the benefit of understanding or identifying what is permanent, what is impermanent phenomena? Is that what you're saying? What is permanent? Okay, that's a good question. Okay. What do you want?
So,
Generally, what do you want in your life?
thank you. So maybe I can refine the question.
No. What do you want?
To be happy.
To be happy, permanently happy or impermanently happy?
Permanently happy.
This is what you're seeking. This is benefit.
But how?
Of course. Oh, the permanent is possible because I'm seeking permanent happiness. Permanent is possible. You're getting it? It's possible. Yes, of course. What is permanent? Permanence means something which lasts forever without changing. Right? So this is possible? Permanent happiness is possible? Yes, it's possible. Just as permanent happiness is possible. You can also spread this. Permanently, you can spread the message of compassion. Right? So these are the benefits. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. So now, all composite things are impermanent. What is composed of material parts and temporal parts should necessarily be impermanent. Impermanent meaning something which is changing. And impermanence, there are two kinds: gross impermanence and the subtle impermanence. Gross impermanence and subtle impermanence. What is gross impermanence? Gross impermanence, okay, these are all technicalities. Don't just take them lightly. They have their own specific meanings. Gross impermanence is impermanent phenomena whose continuum terminates. Gross impermanence is an impermanent phenomena whose continuum terminates. This is very important for us to contemplate on all composite things impermanent. Within the impermanent, it is very important for us to contemplate on both the gross and the subtle. Gross impermanence is the impermanent phenomena whose continuum terminates. Okay. For example, say our youth, our being a teenager. Is there anybody who's a teenager?
21.
Okay. Okay, so he's the youngest. Are you the youngest here? Omar? No? Okay. So say our youth Each one of us, being 18 years old, 17 years old, is all gone. Gone forever. It'll never come back. So if you want it back, you have to go to the next life. Otherwise, in this life, and finished. You cannot get it back. How many agree with me? Raise hands. How many agree with? Okay. The Shubham, we agree? Yes. So how many agree with Shubham? Raise hands. The youth, meaning your teenage, will never come back. Okay. So that continuum as a teenager, you as a teenager, the continuum stopped, and it stopped for good. 2024. How long did it last? For 1 year, 365, let's say 365 days. And the continuum, 365 days of 2024 stopped. It'll never come back, ever again. You agree? Some people say that we can go back in time. Time travel. Right? Is it possible? Huh? Tim? Is it possible? What do you think?
I don't think it's possible.
Okay, you don't think it's possible. And the girl here, your name? Nohan. Rohan. Lohan. Possible? You don't think so it's possible? Not possible. Maitreyi? Possible? Not possible. Not possible. But there are many books. Going back in time, meeting with Julius Caesar. Not possible. This is just fiction. Okay, so the ideal speaking is not possible. But what about those, for example, say the Big Bang? It happened in past or future? The Big Bang from which we came is a past. So what we said is we cannot go in the past. But today, the scientists, what they're doing, they're trapping the sound of the Big Bang. Trapping the sound of the Big Bang, trapping now of what happened 15 billion years ago. Can we go back in time? What is that? That sound? It happened 15 billion years ago today. It happened 15 billion years ago, and they're trapping the sound. So which means you go back in time. Okay, these are the thoughts that we need to keep in mind. But I don't believe that we can go back in time. Okay, this is your personal thoughts. That's fine. So the composite, the what? Whose continuum? 2024 will never come back ever again. Past is past. Okay, so likewise, our youth. So the Buddha taught that all gatherings end up in separation. And the wealth, accumulation wealth ends up into exhaustion. And the birth ends with death. These are the realities. It's not that, Buddha's talking very denial, negative. No, these are realities. If you acknowledge the reality, simply by knowing the reality, you don't have to feel demoralized. Know the reality and try to overcome them. What can otherwise make us feel demoralized? Overcome. Get over these so that you're beyond. Your thoughts will be beyond these things. So for that, we have to know what they are. By the way, I forgot his name. Shabdashvar. I'll never give up. I'll never give up. I'll never go for Dodo. You getting it? Shabdashvar, yeah. Yeah. And Shabd is the meaning. No, it's a word. Shabd, earth is the meaning. Right? So I try to remember name through these. Okay, when I'm in school, I will learn the word peristalsis. Hey, anyone from medical? Hey. Yes. So what's the proper accent, the pronunciation? You don't know this word. Peristalsis, yes. So I don't know whether it's a proper pronunciation. When I was in school, when I first learned this word, it's a big word for me. So how to remember this? It can come in the exam. How to remember this? Paris, France. Tall. Sis is sister. I combine these three together. Paris, tall, sis. This is how I learn. Shabdashwa. Shabd, word. Dash, I don't know. Or the 10 in Sanskrit. And wa is Dudwala. Okay, I'm joking. Okay.
There's a right variation. Ashwa is horse.
Ashwa. Okay, yes. Okay, it's fine. So the let me remember in my own ways. That means again I have to remember your word. It's going to be extra word, extra thing. Okay, Shabdashwara, thank you. So with this, all composite things impermanent, it's so important for us to remember the impermanence, gross impermanence, where one day even I will have to leave the world. One day even I have to leave the world, whole world, even the kings and the queens, the great Julius Caesar, read his biography. Julius Caesar the Great, Alexander the Great, read this Genghis Khan, read his biography. So like when you are able to manifest yourself there at that time, it's very scary to even to think of these people. Now they're all gone. Big pharaohs. In the pyramids, look at the pyramids. Gigantic. What is this? Just for one person, king and queen. That's it. And in those days, ordinary people, they can't even go close to this pyramid because this is so holy, sacred. Kings, very powerful king. Now the archaeologists, they go there. They see who is this king, who is this person. They don't know who is this person. They play with the corpse. In those days, ordinary people don't even get to see that. Don't even get to go close to that place. Now archaeologists play with this. What is impermanent? What is in so important, precious? What is this? Impermanent, gone. So today, the Trump, the people who play with the whole world, they will disappear one day. Everybody will disappear. Each one of us will disappear. The world is going to be a very, very different place. So thinking of these, then you will not really feel shocked because disappearing, this is ultimate, final. Disappearing from the world. Then when something goes wrong, that's way smaller than leaving this world. So because of this, our tension, unnecessary tension, anxiety will not arise when you meet with some tragedies. So contemplating more, this will start manifesting in our own experience. So with this, then the other things, other issues, other problems that we meet with in our life, you see that they're very small. And then when you see them as small, you will not be affected. So this is very important. Okay, so all composite things are impermanent. We did the gross part, the gross part of the impermanence. Second one is the subtle part of the subtle impermanence. What is subtle impermanence? Subtle impermanence is the momentariness involved. Momentariness, the aspect of the momentariness of the impermanent phenomena is known as subtle impermanence. So all composite phenomena should necessarily have this subtle impermanence, but not that if all composite phenomena should be subtle impermanent. Let me make this distinction. All composite phenomena should have the element of subtle impermanence, but not that all impermanent phenomena should be subtly impermanent. No. Did you see distinction? Say, we all have hands. We are not hands. You agree? How many agree with me that we all have the hands, but we are not hands? You agree? Likewise, all composite phenomena have subtle impermanence. They are not subtle impermanent. They have subtle impermanence. They have. We have hands. We are not hands. Okay. So, for example, say all composite phenomena, they necessarily undergo momentariness, momentary change happening. So all composite phenomena, they will move so fast. Like this, move so fast. Okay, now look at the pillar. Look at one of these 4 pillars and see how fast it is moving. Hey Simran, look at it. You see it moves so fast? Then how does it appear?
Solid.
Very solid and steady. Static, not moving. Right? Not moving. This is how it appears. This is our optical delusion. Optical delusion. You getting it? Okay, let's say, okay, this book. How does it appear? Is it moving? Not moving. Okay, if I put in the table, it's not moving. It's just very static. But imagine that, I don't know whether these papers, how strong these papers are. Let's say for 1,000 years, we keep this book on this table for 1,000 years. What do you think? After 1,000 years, do you think the book will be, so say there's no fan, nothing, windows all closed, and no insects around? And what do you think? This book will remain like this or will change? Okay, William, then Shambhala, in what way change?
Yes, Inshallah. Well, there would be changes momentarily in the book itself, just that the subtle change is not noticeable immediately, but after 1,000 years,
1,000 years.
come to look at it, it will be more like crumbled up, not the original book as good as it used to be.
Okay, anyone else? What do you think? I'm just checking. Okay, I thought that William has a rich experience. Anyone else? Okay, no, it can exist. But your word, decompose, is a very strong word, a very good word. Okay, in fact, they say these are things that we need to know. I don't see that. I don't see that, but it was my teacher. When I was in school, he narrated this story that in the past, the rich families, very, very ultra-rich families, generation after generation after generation, very rich families, say in the past, everywhere in the world, for example, like, even the table is extremely, the precious, you don't get things very easily like this, and even the clothes. And the clothes, say what we call as a brocade. The brocade, there are some which are as expensive as gold. You wouldn't believe. Men in Vietnam, do you have these clothes, the expensive ones? Yes, extreme expensive. And the ultra-rich family, these are the what do you call it? The status, to mark the status. So they store these in the storeroom, and they lie there. What are these clothes? To be used, but they're not used for decoration. Lie there to that unrich. And how long they last? Generation after generation, up to like 500 years, they lie there in the storeroom, just there. Same, and my teacher said that when the people, they get into, for example, in Tibet, when the Chinese took over, everybody to leave, left. Now all these treasures are open for the CCP. And they come, and they say, oh, very expensive, old, expensive clothes, the cloths are there. And for how long? For 500 years, generation after generation, they've been lying there. And they try to grab it, it just goes into powder. It looks so beautiful. The moment you grab it, it's powder. Okay, this is the decomposition. Okay, tell me, when did this decomposition start? When did it start? Huh?
It is momentary. It was happening momentarily.
When did it start?
It was there. It was happening continuously.
Continues happening. When did it start?
It is there. There is no beginning. It is happening.
The cloth has a beginning, and you say no beginning.
No. I mean the change of the change.
So the changes of the cloth is a beginning. Change should also have a beginning.
Changing of.
Okay, what the Tenshana is saying is that the momentariness, the moment the cloth come into being, the moment also started. This is what she is saying. Okay, this is what this Tenshana is saying. The moment it is produced, already it started. This is what Bodhisattva Arya Deva said. Bodhisattva Arya Deva said in his text, which text? 400 verses. The text by the title, 400 verses, Bodhisattva Arya Deva already said. Two of them must be the students of Bodhisattva Arya Deva in the past life. they remembered what the teacher said in the past life. Okay, Bodhisattva Arideva. Okay, so this already started. This change already started, but we look at the wall. Now look at the wall. Hey, Simran, look at the wall. Is it moving now? Is it moving? You don't see it moving, but it should be moving, logically speaking. Yes? You're getting it? This is known as momentariness. Momentarily it's changing. Now, how to include this in a meditation? This is very important. And then this meditation, and that perhaps if you succeed in this meditation, initially it can be quite scary. It can be quite scary. It will revolutionize your thinking. It can revolutionize your thinking and can make you really scared. And if you're supported by merit, this morning we discussed about merit accumulation, if you're supported by merit, then the real renunciation will come. The real feeling of renunciation will come. Otherwise, the fear comes, it can turn into depression. Whereas the renunciation comes, the fear is there, but it will never turn into depression. Sometimes when people meditate on impermanence, it can turn into depression. When it turns to depression, it is more into escapism. It's not renunciation. Renunciation and escapism, these two are very similar. Say, what is escapism? You see that things are impermanent. Even the walls, although your eyes cannot see that, as well as your eyes are seeing that, even the walls are like this moving, that like vibration. Even the floor, your body, and the people around you, they're all up. And then you just feel like running away to somewhere where everything is as normal as before. You're getting it? That is escapism. Whereas the real renunciation is that you get a conviction that no matter where I go, all composite things should be following this principle. If you feel this, then you will not look for escape from where you are now, but escape from samsara. You're getting it? If that comes, this is the real renunciation. So therefore, that is extremely important meditation. Okay, how to meditate on this? How to meditate on this wall as impermanent, momentarily changing? Okay, so that has to be done. Your eyes, they will not meditate. What meditate? Your mental consciousness should meditate. You should employ your mental consciousness. How to employ this? You let your mind work. Let your mind work, be very active. So your eyes see is very static, not active. See very static. And your mental consciousness follows the eyes. Now, don't let your mental consciousness follow the eyes. Instead, mental consciousness, let the mental consciousness follow the reasoning of impermanence. So with this, then your mental consciousness will start seeing these things that momentary movement. All composite things as momentary moving and quite a scary experience. And that is very, very precious. So this can potentially stop all the painful tears. Okay, so how to meditate on this? Let's say that usually, one example that I give is that, so today, 2025, August 27th. August 27th, 2025, yesterday. So let's say, okay, let's say today, 28 August, today, when Petula asked us to plant a tree in memory of our retreat. Plant a tree in a place where there's no tree at all. And after 10 years from now, 2035, okay, what is that, 35 or 34? 35. No, 10 years. Huh?
It's 2025, so 10 years, 35.
35 or 30, 34?
35.
Huh?
35.
35? Okay. Okay, 2025, the 35, let's say 2035. Okay. Say 2035 we come back and we saw that, oh, there's a huge tree. When did this tree come into being? When we were last here, it was just empty. No, your group planted this. You could have planted this. And you see that the tree is 10 feet tall. 10 feet tall. Okay, so we were surprised because we saw only two times. The first time is no tree. Second time, 10 feet tall tree. So it's a big surprise. Whereas for Venerable, it's not a surprise because she has been seeing this every day. From 0 to day 1, day 2, day 3, 365 into 10. This is how what she has been seeing. So therefore she's not surprised. We are surprised. Okay. Now, in reality, is it, okay, now tell me, in reality, is it that the last 9 years and 11 months, this seed has been slipping and suddenly, oh, tomorrow completes 10 years, so I have to grow 10 feet. Suddenly, pop up, 10 feet? No. Every year is growing 1 foot. You agree? Every year is 1 foot. And first year, 1 foot tall. Again, the last month, the last 11 months and 29 days, again slipping, and tomorrow completes. But the tree, they don't do that. Human beings do that. You know that? Some people, they have online the job, work from home, 1 month job they get, they don't do it. The last 1 week, they do whole day, night. You know that? Eh? How many know that? Raise hands. Or how many you can imagine it can possibly happen? Some people may be doing that themselves. Right here. Okay, men? No, men does not. Sometimes. Okay, sometimes. Okay, so what I'm saying is that some human beings do that. I know there's one person, I'm not going to mention the name. That person is a 1 month job, and the person, the last 1 week, you will not find the person. But the person, you will find only the person with the what? With the coffee. You know what it is? With the coffee. And that's it. In the room. You will not find the person anyway, whole 1 week. Because 1 month job, the person is doing whole day, night with red eyes, still working with the coffee, not to sleep. You're getting it? But the trees, they don't do that. They're very, no, they are very loyal. They're very loyal, you know. They're very loyal. So for 1 year, it's 1 foot. 1 month, 1 inch. This is how it grows. Although we see is a big tree, it's not like that. Every month is growing 1 inch. And this 1 inch is not that the last the 29 days slipping and said tomorrow comes 1 month, I'll have to 1 inch. No. No, every day is growing. You agree? Growing meaning changing. And the change that you see in the day is possible only if the change is happening on the hourly manner. 24 hours, 1 hour, second hour. The change that you see in the first hour is possible the change that you see in the 60 minutes. First minute change, second minute change. Likewise on the second, on the millisecond. You see that? So change that you see on the hourly level, do you see that visibly? If you keep looking at it, you don't see that. Look at the clock. 1 hour hand, the hour hand you see moving? No. It's so static. The minute hand you see it moving? Just keep looking at it. No, you will not see it moving. Unless it's a big clock, big city clock. Then you can see it moving. But these clocks you will not see it move. Second hand you see moving? Yes. Now when it comes to second hand, the second, duration second you see tick, 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 you see it moving. Millisecond, you see it move so fast. 1 second split into 1,000. 1 second your mobiles. 1 second split into 100. Most of the mobiles, your timer and the stopwatch, 1 second split into 10 or 100. You press it, you just see how the digits move. You say, once you're done, after class, you check this. Press the timer or the stopwatch and see how this is exactly how this wall is moving. These pillars are moving. You're getting it? This is how it's moving. So you can conceptualize. Your eyes cannot see that, but you can conceptualize this. And then you keep thinking about it. It's very scary. And over time, how even your mind can influence your eyes. You look at the wall, suddenly Perhaps it's a mixture of the two things. Your mind so actively employed by you trained. You've trained your mind so much in thinking about its impermanence. You look at the pillar, and as well as you see the pillar in vibration, like this. And even look at the people, you see, even yourself, it can be very scary. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, and then this is not to scare you. This is not to frighten you. This is for a deeper, more greater purpose. So what is the greater purpose? What is the next? All composite things impermanent. What is next? All contaminated things are suffering nature. So let's say that, okay, now you realize that, okay, these are so fast. Imagine that you are on a train platform and a stranger picked you up and throws you in a very fast moving train. What do you feel? Shabdashwar? What do you really feel?
I feel uncomfortable.
Okay, you feel uncomfortable. Okay, anyone? Okay, say somebody unknown, stranger picks you up, throws you very fast moving train. What will you feel? Jack, what will you feel?
Scared.
Okay. So if Jack feels scared, Shabdashwar, you also be not just uncomfortable. More than uncomfortable, scared. Okay. Mitri? Very scared. Right? Why? Why scared? You don't know where this train is taking you. You agree? How many agree with? Okay. We don't know where this train is taking you. Okay. Do you agree with me? Faster the train, more the fear. Yes? Nohan? Your name? Nohan, yes. I'll never give up. Nohan. Lohan, L-O. Lohan. Yes, I'll never give up. Okay, Lohan. So you were scared. Faster train, more the fear. Why?
Because I fear of an accident that can die.
Okay, it can be accident or maybe, okay, so let's keep it there. Okay, now who decides where this train is taking you? Who decides?
The train driver.
Train driver decides. Okay, how many of you agree with Shubham? Train driver decides. And if the train driver happens to be a mom, we're very happy. It'll take you to a picnic spot. Faster train goes, happier. But we never know who is the train driver. If the train driver is terrorist, it's taking you to slaughterhouse. Faster train goes, the more you're going to be slaughtered. Faster you're going to be slaughtered. It's very scary. You're getting it? So they say who decides where the train goes is decided by the train driver. In other words, when something moves so fast, the question is, where is it moving towards? Where is it going? Who decides? The cause decides. The cause of the object decides where the object is going. The cause decides. So the cause and effect, particularly when you think of the subtle impermanence, then cause effect becomes very, very, very prominent. It's very prominent. So in our case, just as the train, where the train goes, and we see our body is like a very fast-moving train, and the world is a very fast-moving train. Where is this train taking us? So if you contemplate on this, it is decided by the train driver. Who's the train driver? In our case, is the mind. Some implicit. Let's say, ceasing of karma's afflictions is nirvana. What is the opposite of nirvana? Samsara. Number one, samsara. This is implicitly indicated. Samsara. Ceasing of karma's afflictions. So samsara arises from contaminated karmas. Number two, contaminated karmas. And contaminated karmas, they arise from afflictions. Number three, afflictions. And afflictions arise from conceptual thought of inappropriate attention. Or simply put, afflictions arise from inappropriate attention, or you want to make it more elaborate, conceptual thought of inappropriate attention. And finally, the inappropriate attention arises from the elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. Elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. Okay, tell me, what's the first point? Maitri? First point? Samsara. Very good. But second point, samsara arises from, Ashwin?
From karmas.
From contaminated karmas. Very good. And then the, okay, Hiroshan, contaminated karmas arise from afflictions. Very good. And then the afflictions arise from Shabdavar. Shabdavar.
Afflictions arise
From conceptual thought of inappropriate attention. And finally, Lohan, inappropriate attention arises from elaboration of self-grasping ignorance. Very good. Elaboration self-grasping. Okay, we need to know these 5 points. Very clear. Okay, so next class we come back at 11:30. Okay, 11:30 we'll come back, and then I'll explain how these 5 work. Mechanism of how these 5 work causally. They give rise to each other. This is what we're going to learn in the next class. Okay, we'll stop here. House mantra. Teyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhi Swaha Tyatha Om Gati 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 Parasam Gati Bodhi Swaha Tyatha Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasam Gati Bodhi Swaha. 3 prostrations together.